So who in this case is my mom absolutely hates the kids who come down our block. We live at the very end of a dead end and play games, ride their bikes, dance, whatever. Yeah, they're kinda loud, but they're kids and have been cooped up for months and are hyperactive. You try rolling 20 toddlers and kids under 10 into submission, it won't work. Anyway, these kids all play on the street city property, not on our lawn nor house. Some might go in the driveway, but it's usually to watch the subway since we border it, and they usually climb on the wall and are out of the way of the cars. So anyway, today, tears out of the house and begins yelling at the kids to go away and be quiet, and it's her property etc etc. Then one of the older siblings or parents or SMTH comes over to try to calm her down. Starts yelling broken Spanish phrases. Asterisk asterisk THEY apostrophe areolation. So here's my Chinese immigrant dad and half Chinese brother and I just staring at her, and she comes back inside and we just go off on her. They're Asian, not Latino. You're literally married to a Chinese man, how can you not see this? She replies they are asterisk most definitely Central American and not Asian, and we are wrong, and proceeds to walk away. So tell my mom is a racist Karen. My mom owns a farm, and every year she has a community day where various people volunteer to entertain the local children. I have a face paint stall where for 3 hours I paint faces for free with my own materials. An hour into it, enters the scene and asks me whether I've seen her daughter's phone. I say I saw a pinkish phone on the table, but that was a while ago and I don't know where it is now. Turns out that was her daughter's phone, so naturally she then accuses me of stealing it. I told her she can check my bag, as I haven't left this seat for ages. She searches my phoneless bag and then accuses a volunteer face painter of being in cahoots with me to steal the phone. It goes back and forth like this for a while, me denying, her accusing. She ends up being so belligerent that I tell her to leave the property. She screams at me, telling me that a 22-year-old cannot evict her. She says she wants to see the owner of the property. We find the owner and she freaks out when I say back quote, "Hi mum, can you kick this woman out? She left in haste," cursing me. Edit. Thanks everyone for the awards and comments. I don't know what happened to the phone, but the experience did teach me 2 lessons. Karens look just like regular folk. Don't let their normal appearance fool you. They're nuts, and also 12-year-olds and expensive new iPhones are a bad combo. This was something my friend witnessed at a resort a few weeks ago. I wasn't there, so I'll just give a short rundown. My friend was waiting in line for a ride at the resort they were staying at when somebody in front of them asks a teenager and a mother to respect social distancing. You can tell where this is going. The entitled mother freaked out, screaming that my child will be perfectly safe. He's perfect. Then she starts ranting about how social distancing won't keep them safe when the employee, who probably doesn't get paid enough to handle this crap, tries to calm her down. She screams that they don't need the mask and rips it off his face. She does this to other patrons until she and her perfect kid have to leave. EA, entitled Aunt NC, normal cousin and me. Here's some backstory. Every year we have a family gathering, and last year I came out as B, and at last year's reunion that was hosted and my cousin's house, we decided to have a barbecue. At the time I was 16 and my cousin was 12. At the barbecue my uncle and mum were handling the food and my aunt and grandmother were handling drinks. We all sat down and I got served, as did everyone else. My aunt had bought some Orangina and Coca-Cola. I got myself some Orangina, and so did my cousin. We all started eating and talking, and there was only a little Orangina left. I went to get the last of it, but so did my cousin. He insisted I have it, and he said he would have some Coca-Cola. I say alright, and poured myself the Orangina, but right then my aunt grabbed the drink out of my hand and yelled at me, "EA, how dare you?" I was really confused and asked what happened. "EA, you stole this from my son." My cousin looked over in shock and said, "NC, no she didn't. I'll let her have it." "EA, I don't care. You wanted some. I bought it. I decide who I goes to. Here." She shoves the drink in my cousin's face and tells him to drink it. "NC, I'm fine mum. I have some cocky." "A, no it's not. That F asterisk GGOT stole this from you." Everyone is now looking at her, and I stand up now raging me. "What the F asterisk CK did you just call me? EA, or thief? You F asterisk CKING freak. me, you know damn well what you said. Say it again, you homophobic prick. My cousin has now sunken into his chair in embarrassment. EA, how dare you? I'm your elder, you should respect me. F asterisk GGOT. Me, stop saying F asterisk GGOT. And I don't have to respect you. You're a homophobic piece of SHT. Why are you like this? EA, I'm not homophobic. And you just said F asterisk GGOT. Why is it so bad, you freak? I'm ready to full on punch her, and my dad splits us up. I sit back down and drink the Oranguiner in front of her, and my cousin looks over to me and mouths, sorry, I go home early, and I haven't talked to her since. Entitled parent attempts to steal my cupcake. So, a bit of background. When I was about 3 to 4 I had a very long list of food allergies. These include milk, wheat, eggs, and peanuts. So I was at a friend's birthday party, minding my own business, eating the food my mom had packed for me. Everything at the party had at least one of my allergens. When the entitled parent and nice child walked up. At this point, I was eating a carrot cupcake that my mom had baked. Demands I give her child my cupcake, saying stop eating your stupid stuff and eat the cake and pizza. Note, I had slight speech problems and I sounded small and unsure all the time. I stammer out, this is my cupcake, I'm allergic to the cake. The entitled mother proceeds to yank my cupcake from my hands, throws it on the ground and walks away. I sit there sulking for a bit, but then I remember I still had some left. I resume eating my cupcake. When M comes back with a slice of cake, she says eat this and give the cupcake to my child. Now, this cake had peanut butter, which causes an anaphylactic reaction. If I'm too close to the cake I push the cake away and scooch over. Now, she attempts to grab my cupcake, and in a stroke of pure genius, I did what any 4 years old would do. I spit all over my cupcake. I sat there solemnly as she walked away, enjoying the moment of my victory. I was in a Walmart buying potatoes and I hear a Karen say, I'm getting sick of COVID. Let's just round up the sick people and shoot them. Her friend says, well actually I hear that's what they are doing in China. They have death camps in China to murder those spreading COVID-19. I sat there completely shocked by what I heard, and suddenly my BF said, if that happened you would be the first one to be shot in the head. Karen at once said, what? We got our potatoes, butter, and shredded cheese. As she kept saying, who the duck said that? Who the hell said that? So a few months ago I typed up a post about my mom, who is an entitled mother. The post is archived now sadly. Well, this is about before all of that. I typed up my mom is a damn near psychopath in her own way. She expecting everything to be hers in our old house, yet she did nothing. She was a huge narcissist. When she was evicted from her trailer house in Georgia, she moved up into North Carolina. Even though she was like a little child, she stayed in her room the entire time and did nothing to help with rent or anything. One day my dad went into her room and politely asked if she has money for rent. My mom, being my mom and wanting everything her way, complained to my dad about not having the money cause she blew it all on herself and on her room. She has a habit of doing that. When my dad said, you knew you had to pay rent this month, my mom started yelling at him, calling him an asshole and a drunk. I was there playing Minecraft in her room cause she didn't do anything to talk to us, so she threw and barks in her room so we can spend time with her on Christmas. My dad got my 2 older brothers some bikes. My mom, being my mom and wanting to act like the better parent, claimed they are from her. My dad didn't care. My mom always have seen herself as the perfect mother, even though sadly she isn't. My dad has been raising kids that aren't even his, my 2 older brothers. When she finally left North Carolina because she found a boyfriend that can support her cause she can't support herself, she convinced my 2nd oldest brother Zachary that my dad was abusive even though he wasn't, and my mom just wanted to seem better. My mom would always tell my twin and I lies about our father that we would tell our dad about, and he would disprove. My mom would say every abusive thing she did was either a joke or it didn't exist, which that pissed me off the most. When she lived with us in North Carolina, she got mad at and choked me and stopped when my face was turning red. But no, she is the best, most ducking positive mother out there. She once told Zachary that she should have aborted him or swallowed him. Who the hell tells that to their kid? But ask her about it and she gets confused and ask what you are talking about. She used to make lots of dry bland cornbread one winter morning When it was cold and it was raining, she asked if we liked it. We said no. She kicked us out of her car and left us in the cold rain. Boo at no, that was just a joke. This is why I despise my mom and her false positivity. She will stab and talk poop behind my dad's, as if that will try to convince me and my twin that he is a bad person. She only makes herself look bad. My dad has raised every kid that has been in his household, and my mom is barely there for them cause she was either cheating on my dad when they were married or looking for a boyfriend that can financially support her. She is scum. I know she is my mother, but no, she is scum. I have her on mute on my phone, and I hope she never contacts me. I'm sorry for any spelling errors. I have so many stories to tell, but let's start here. So a few days ago I woke up 2 hours after falling asleep, and I noticed my arm was really itchy. I looked and noticed that several hive-like bumps had appeared on it. Now I have several severe allergies, so I was a bit worried that it was something serious. I woke up my parents and told them what was happening. We waited to see if any other symptoms showed up, and after a bit I took a dose of Benadryl and went to bed. It was about 5:30 am at this point. Now it's important to note that Benadryl makes me extremely drowsy, and I had been awake since 7 am that day after not sleeping much the night before, ironically also due to allergies. So at noon my father wakes me up. I have no memory of this. Again at 1 the same thing happens. I only vaguely remember this. And finally at 3 p.m, after he wakes me up a third time, am I actually able to stay awake? Well, then my father starts to lecture me on how I'm irresponsible for not waking up by 9 am every day. Which one? It's summer and there's nothing going on, and 2, Benadryl makes me tired. I point both these facts out to him, which only makes him madder. He scoffs at the second part and continues to say that I need to get up at a reasonable time no matter what, because it's not natural to sleep that late. On top of that, I apparently messed up his day because he had to wait for me to get up before he could start laundry because he was washing bedding. I've offered to do my own laundry. I pointed out that he never starts laundry until the evening, and he just told me to move to the couch or something. But nope, I'm the irresponsible selfish one apparently. Seriously, I just want to get this off my chest. Just skip it. If you're not interested, nobody freaks out at all. I get on a plane from Phoenix to Kansas City to see a girl I know online. When I get to my row, a little girl is in my seat. It's a window seat, and the mom is in the middle. I double check that I'm at the right seat on my ticket, and the sticker the girl is peering out the window, and I realize the little girl just wanted to see out the window for the flight. Fine by me. I don't like heights or flying much anyway. I put my bag in the compartment and take the aisle seat. About an hour and a half in, the mother turns to me and says my daughter has to go to the bathroom. First thing she said to me, no problem. I get up and let them out. When she returns in a bit, she's standing next to me. She doesn't say, can we please get in, or whatever. She just stood there until I noticed when I let them in they just quietly sit back down. No thank you from mom. I know it's petty, but I'll let your daughter take my seat. Then got up twice for you because I was sitting in the aisle seat that was supposed to go to you. A thank you would have been very much appreciated. The rest of my trip was awesome, but that seemed rude for a person twice my age. Thanks for reading. Not a native English speaker. This happened some time ago. I went to a friend's house to spend the day. We had planned to buy some fast food and spend all day playing video games, but suddenly her aunt came to visit with her little cousins. Her older cousins are nice, but the minors are an irrepressible childish storm of destruction and annoyance, so my friend doesn't let them enter his room. The worst thing is that his aunt is the type of they have to share everything with her children, and every game must be kids friendly because they might want to play to kind of mother. We wanted to get out, but her PS4 was updating, and in no way would she leave it with those little demons. Meanwhile, we put Hellsing Ultimate on Netflix. Suddenly the gremlins went inside the room wanting to play with the PS4. We told them that it was not possible because of the update. They wanted to watch Netflix with us, but that could not be done either because it was an anime for adults. They obviously went to tell their mother, who demanded that we let her kids watch cartoons with us. Because we were already too old to be watching cartoons, she made deaf ears, even though we told her that these were not cartoons, that it was an anime, and also one for adults. She only mocked us, and insisted that the cartoons were for children. Her aunt went to speak with my friend's mother, but she understood the difference between cartoon and anime. We made her watch Clannad a while ago, and we thought it was over. The PS4 update ended. We hid it on a safe place, and went to the garden to play ping pong, waiting for our other friends to arrive, so we can leave together. But after a while we heard a woman yelling coming from the living room. We saw her aunt trying to turn off the television with the Blu-ray remote control, while on the TV was showing, spoiler alert, Luke Valentine's limbs being chopped off by Alucard's bullets. She took my friend's computer and the kids plugged it to the TV to watch the cartoons that my friend and I were watching, but after a moment she came back to see her children watching that violent scene. She tried to blame other people, but in the end she gave up and accepted that it was her fault. From that day on, she learned to listen that when someone says that something is adults only, it means adults only.
Yeah.